AWS is a modern cloud platform that has been leading the market for years. But is it worth learning AWS and becoming a cloud engineer? That's the official term for AWS developers, although I prefer the term cloudinator. Cloud engineer, cloudinator, I'm going to share some of the reasons why I think you may want to consider learning AWS. Reason number 1 is that AWS skills are in high demand. AWS has widespread usage amongst cloud computing services and infrastructure. Because it's in such high demand, it means it pays well. In fact, AWS has been consistently placed amongst the most lucrative skills in the tech industry for the last few years. While many of us code for fun, we also have to spend time earning money with our chosen keyboard skills. So, if you're looking for a skill that pays well, then AWS is a good choice. But money isn't everything. There's no point adopting a platform you hate. Which brings me on to my second point. The origin story of AWS is pretty interesting. Basically, Amazon mandated their tech teams to provide APIs for all solutions they built. Given the size of Amazon, that meant a lot of useful infrastructure services were created. They all had one thing in common. They were battle-tested by Amazon's Christmas business. Once they realized the rough diamond they created, they started making their services public and calling it AWS. AWS makes things really simple, yet powerful for anyone wanting to work with cloud tech. Imagine being able to set up your whole online project with just a click. That's what you can do with tools like Terraform, CloudFormation, and CDK stacks in AWS. It's like having a magic button that builds everything for you. AWS has fixed a lot of the tricky parts that used to make setting up online stuff hard. So now you can focus more on creating cool things instead of worrying about a complicated setup. Thanks to how easy it is to use, AWS makes a tough thing like scaling super simple, with their pay-as-you-go plan. Sometimes changing how big or small your tech needs are can be a headache. Lots of services make this hard, and you might end up with too much or too little. But with AWS, it's like turning the volume up or down on your music. You start with what you need, and if you need more or less later, AWS changes it for you, without any fuss. This way, you're always ready for whatever comes next, without wasting money or resources. You only pay for what you use, so it's good for your wallet too. This pay-as-you-go way makes sure you can grow safely. There are of course some special tricks to scaling in AWS, and I'll talk more about those another time. Over the last 10 years, lots of companies have started focusing on using the cloud, and tools like Docker, Kubernetes, and Terraform have become really common for working with cloud tech. These tools are great because they let you put any app or code on AWS easily, whether it's using Lambda for when you don't want to manage servers, or an EC2 if you need more control with ECS or Kubernetes. AWS really embraces these tools, which makes it easier for people who build and run apps to use the cloud.
See if it works. Oh yes, it goes in beautifully.
So, if you're interested in putting apps in the cloud and making them work well, learning how to use Docker, Kubernetes, and Terraform with AWS is a good idea. So if you're interested in running code, AWS is probably a platform you're going to want to learn. If you've looked into AWS, you'll see why lots of folks suggest using its many services. AWS is packed with useful tools. You can use S3 for storing as much data as you want, run functions without servers using Lambda, set up secure networks with virtual networks and subnets, manage your APIs easily with AWS Gateway, handle messages with SQS, and move data around with Kinesis, plus a lot more. With all these services, you can probably do just about anything you need for your cloud projects using AWS. But if security and user management are your main concerns, don't worry. AWS has a solid set of tools for that. With features like Inspector for security assessments, Guard Duty for threat detection, and its managed firewall services, AWS ensures you can safeguard your resources as thoroughly as you need. So, no matter whether you prefer the term cloud engineer or cloudinator, AWS is a pretty decent skill to learn. If you want to see more content about AWS, then check out my channel or let me know in the comments, and I'll do some deep dives into some more of the features I find really interesting. Otherwise, thanks for watching.